Yo, what is up, guys? So I have probably one of the best 2019 insect link decks you guys have ever seen, which is actually pretty interesting because I have not seen anyone even touch insects in quite some time, unless it's like you're playing like Duel Links and someone trying to like, pull off that parasite. Like, it's just not usually something that you will run into. But anyways, this one is actually pretty good. It really utilizes the effect of Giant Ball Park. So what this card does is it makes it so during damage calculation, if a player, which means both, would take any damage, you can make neither player take any battle damage, and then you get to send one level 4 or lower insect monster from your deck to the graveyard. Then, if you send a normal, you can special summon any number of monsters with the same name as that monster from your hand, deck, and graveyard. And then if a monster or monsters you control is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card, except during the damage step, you can special summon an insect normal monster from your graveyard. So pretty much what this means is you basically get to stop and attack and then special summon 3 monsters. It's pretty insane. And it has this wombo play over here of making CRUSADIA, Ashram, and the Chariot Beast, which is almost a GG because this card makes it so your opponent's monsters cannot target other monsters for attacks. So at that point, they have to attack this, and this card has the effect that once per battle, if it's battling a special summon monster, you can have it gain attack equal to the other monster's attack. So pretty much at that point, they can't attack the Chariot Beast, so that basically means they have to use traps to deal with this. And let's be honest, most of the traps that we see these days are just like the cards that prevent things from coming out in the first place. But that was a matchup over there against some Pendulum. Let's go ahead and see how it plays against the Necroz archetype. But there is potential technically because it does run Doomdozer to pull off some OTKs. Then there's another called like the Ants. You guys will see it here pretty soon. But what it does is basically just gives you an extra monster for, of course, your link summons. We can go ahead and make Mrs. Radiant pass, and we got a Called by the Grave. He goes ahead and pass because, of course, Valk has a pretty good effect. Go ahead and summon Goki Pull, go straight into the Triple Burst Dragon. Once this card is, oh well, gosh, dude, it's so fast. Once the Goki Pull is, where is it? If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add level 4 insect monster from your deck to your hand. And if you add it a normal, you can special summon it and destroy one monster on the field with attack greater than or equal to that special monster. So at that point, you'll be able to pop something really good stuff in DT. Summons a decisive armor. It's only got 800 life points, but at this point, it's going to be game ogre because Unicorn is going to go ahead and pop that. But Valk is still Valk, and that will go ahead and prevent him from getting it to be game. But once Ashram is summoned, it can be quite difficult for a lot of decks to really defeat this card. This card is actually really annoying. And then over here, we have it so, well, during your draw phase, draw that extra card. But that's going to go ahead and be it for that game. Now this one over here is up against Sky Strikers. I just didn't expect to, again, see anyone play some insects over here. But we see the multiplication of ants, card that's going to give him another token. What's interesting is you contribute the token to get another token, 2 tokens out of it. So it's like a free extra little monster there. And then, of course, some of the cards will give you extra advantage because if they're just sent to the grave, you're going to get them. But we have the Giant Ball Park, which is going to make it so your opponent might not want to attack you because that will give him 3 monsters. So he's going to go ahead and make Hayate, and then he's going to go ahead and activate that effect of the air space area 0. And he's going to go ahead and be able to summon multiple cards because he can attack directly, but that's going to get negated, and he basically gets 3 monsters for free, which is really dirty. He's going to go ahead and make Ekagari, add back one of the spells. And unfortunately, Phoenix is going to get rid of Ballpark because this is what really makes the Insect Link deck much more viable. But dude, they multi-roll, dude, that was unfair. That was really dirty. But it's not Ogre yet because Pico Felenia over here is going to go ahead and have her effect. It's kind of like a little pot of average. Target 3 of your insects, shuffle them, so reset some of your engine for, of course, the Ballpark. And then you're going to draw an extra card. He's going to go ahead and make a Astrum, which is kind of a key card now. I feel like almost every Yu-Gi-Oh! Link deck is going to be spamming this card because it's pretty dang good. Because basically it can't be destroyed by battle because anything that attacks it, it's going to gain that extra attack. And then also you cannot target it. So that becomes quite annoying. But he's got Jamming Wave, and unfortunately, well, Ripperino out Mr. Ashram. Then he's going to go ahead and Ray, go into Hayate, extra damage right there, and then go ahead and make Shizuku over here, being able to add another Sky Striker spell on this deck. That's going to go ahead and get Kaiju. So now he does have a monster in the main monster zone, which pretty much gets rid of most of the Sky Striker's effectiveness. He's going to go ahead and go for that 0 once again. And he's going to go ahead and rip that top deck, get that super armored robot weapon, Black Iron C. So you have to have 3 insect monsters with the same name, and then just target any of them, special summon this card from your hand, then equip to them, and then you can send 1 monster equipped to this card and destroy all monsters your opponent controls with attack greater than or equal to the attack of the sent monster to the graveyard. So in this case, it's usually going to be like 1900 because the other one has 2000. So it's not a bad effect, but he's going to go ahead and permanence, and that's going to go ahead and get rid of multi-roll as well as the Kagari. He's going to go ahead and take 1500, so he's only got 800 life points. But will he be making a comeback? That's what we're about to see. Maybe on this exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z. But he goes ahead and sets the Goki pull. So as soon as that goes to the graveyard, he's going to be able to add any level 4 insect monster. He's going to go ahead and get rid of it, but going to go ahead and add this card and also special summon it because it was a normal monster. He's going to go ahead and go for the damage, but Shark Cannons go ahead and give him Ashram, which is really unfair, but he goes ahead and Phoenixes his opponent over there. And he's going to go ahead and activate that area 0. We're going to go ahead and pass to his opponent. We top deck the giant ballpark. He's going to go ahead and attack, and he's going to obviously get the increased attack, but it doesn't really matter because that monster will be destroyed, but he gets 3 extra monsters out of it. This is Radiant Summon over here, and he's going to go ahead and just get a lot of advantage off a giant ballpark. This card is so good. He's not going to attack because he doesn't want to give him some extra monsters. He's just going to go ahead and summon Shine Black Sea. He's going to attack. He's going to activate the effect anyways. Goki Pull is sent to the graveyard. Psalm Strike is activated, and that means Ripperuno to his board, unfortunately, and he's just going to go ahead and just GG out over here. I'm not actually sure who actually left the game here, so I don't know. I feel like this guy's got a lot of advantage considering he does also have the evenly match, but like I said, I don't know, or if this replay actually just aired, but I still thought it was a good enough play to kind of just give you guys a showcase off of this deck. We've got one more play over here, but yo, Monkey Lord, I gotta give you a shout out, man. You did definitely build a really cool deck because, hey, who's running like an Insect Link deck in 2019? And I thought it was pretty interesting to go ahead and cover. Torrential Tribute actually might not be that bad of a card anymore. I know that there's so many monsters that are immune to stuff, but because of the amount of Link spam that I've just been seeing in the game, just Torrential Tribute is still not a bad option of a card. He goes ahead and summons Hunter. Go ahead and smack for 19 and go ahead and pass. But got the Goki Pull and the multiplication of ants. It's going to give him 2 monsters. Goki Pull is going to go ahead and give him an extra monster that he can't special summon because it's normal. Unfortunately, getting Torrential Tributed again, dude. I'm telling you guys, Torrential Tribute is probably a good card to go ahead and just main deck now. I haven't really seen that many people run it, but it's usually because the card's too slow and it doesn't make a board one that's like, you can't break my board. So I know there's a lot of people who don't like that kind of stuff, but I still think it's not a bad card. But Picoflania is indeed summoned. It's going to go ahead and give him some extra draw. Twin Burst Dragon. It's got a Stepping Stone. Doomdozer is indeed there. And at this point, his opponent is definitely taking an L here. Got another Mrs. Radiant over here. Got the Recover. And once again, we've made the Ashram Naturia Beach, which is a GG for majority of decks. But that was cool stuff indeed. And if any of you guys want Monkey Lord's deck profile, let's go ahead and give it to you guys right now, so you guys can go ahead and play it if you want to. Really important card is this, dude. Being able to Pot of Avarice and then, dude, it's great. But anyways, 3 copies of Sea Ranger Shine Black, and then we have 3 copies of Insect Knight, and then we have 1 Doomdozer, and we have 1 of the Moth Kaiju, 1 of the Sticky String Kaiju. Both of these are indeed insects. You have 2 copies of Aztekipede. So you special summon it by banishing another insect monster from your graveyard. And then if it does battle damage, they have to send the top card, but it's usually not what you use it for. You should use it for links. And then we have 2 copies of Resonance Insects. That's your other searcher. Goki Pull, another searchable card. Well, it basically just gives you an extra free special summon, but it is another card that definitely works in the deck. Then we have Recover Bulb, obviously for your Naturia Beast plays. And then we have Unexpected Die, 2 copies of that. Then we got 1 for 1, 3 copies of Multiplication of Ants. Just use 1 card to get 2 cards out of it. And then we have 2 copies of Terraforming, 1 Gold Sark, 1 Foolish, 3 copies of Designator, Double Twin Twisters, 3 copies of Giant Ball Park to let this deck work. then 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence, and then 1 copy of Metaverse. For the extra deck, we got Nat Beast, we got number 41, number 106, Dweller, Crusadia, Astrum, we got Borreload. I think Boral Sword could also be a good card in the deck. Then we got the 3 Burst Blast, we've got Unicorn, Phoenix, Miss Radiant, of course, Pico, Valenia, 2 copies of Link Spider, and Link Karibo. For the side deck over here, we did technically see him get this. I thought this card was a pretty easy card to summon in this deck because all you need to really do is go for one of the effects of the Giant Ballpark, and then you should have 3 because you're just going to link them away anyways. And then you're going to just equip a bunch of cards and then just pop everything. We didn't get to see it in action because he did technically draw it, but it was kind of unfortunate. I really wanted to see this card. But it's kind of like your boss monster. Then we have Retaliating Seed, we got the Utopia. There's Boral Sword, like I said, it's another great addition to it. And, of course, the Uninterrupted Kaiju Slumber that went to 3 off the ban list. But, anyways, that is the 2019 Insect Link deck. You guys can let me know your thoughts on it down below. But let's get a shout out to my homie for hooking me up with the plays. And if you are new to the channel, want to see more of these, definitely hit that subscribe button. You'll see some more. If you guys got any cool replays of interesting and unique stuff and you would like to get a shout out, share it on the channel, feel free to go ahead and send it to azneyesreplays@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.